Good morning children, I'm your Salamis again. Today we are doing the last part of our 15th lesson, Improvement in Food Resources. Hope you all are going through the lesson, the other videos. Today it is our last portion and we are dealing with animal husbandry. Animal husbandry means taking care of animals for its meat, milk and eggs. India is a very large country with very large population, so the demand for the milk, meat and eggs are increasing. So to meet this, we have to rear the livestock for giving the good quality products. So what is this livestock? It is nothing but taking care of animals like cows, goats, buffalo, sheep, hens, ducks, etc. for milk, meat, eggs, etc. So this is the livestock. Now we are going to study about the cattle husbandry or the cattle farming. So we know this cattle means those are nothing but the cows, bullocks and oxes. Now the cattle husbandry or the cattle farming are done for mainly for two purposes. One is the milk and next is draught. Draught means it is nothing but the animals are made to do heavy work like pulling the carts, doing the work in the fields. So all these work are done by these animals, so that are called the draught. So for example, tilling. Tilling means the land which is going to be cultivated has to be prepared before sowing the crops and seeds. This land has to be prepared. That is called the tilling. Next is, we know that irrigation, it is supply of water to the field. Then next comes carting. Carting means it is nothing but transporting the produce, that is they transporting the cultivated vegetables and fruits from the place where they are cultivated to some other place or markets, etc. So that is carting. The Indian variety of cows, they belong to two categories. One is the Bos indicus, another one is Bos bubalis. So the first one, that is the Bos indicus, means they are the cows. Next one is bubalis. Bos bubalis means these are buffaloes. So these are scientific name given to the cows and buffaloes. So the scientific name means the first one is the genus name. So that is always written with the capital letter. So that is why we write the capital for Bos, capital B. And bubalis and indicus means we write it with the small letter. Those are the second name or the specific name. So that's how we write the scientific name. So the Bos indicus means it is the scientific name given to the cows. Then Bos bubalis means it is the scientific name given to the buffaloes. Now the cows which are giving milk are called the milch animals. So these are dairy animals because they give us all the dairy products, like from the milk we get butter, cheese, all those things. So that is why we call it dairy animals, or the animals, the cows that gives us milk are called the milch animals. And the cows which are those are made to do the hard work in the fields are called the draught animals. These animals will be made to pull carts, plow fields, all the heavy works that will be made to done by these animals. So these are called the draught animals. So milch animals means milk giving cows, and draught animals means these are animals which are made to do the heavy work in the fields. So the milk giving animals, they are taken care of well for the to give good quality milk. So for the production of milk to be higher, the lactation period should be higher. That is the period of lactation means that is after the birth of the calf, the milk is produced. So that should be prolonged, so that we will be getting quality milk, and the milk yield production will be high. So to get good quality of milk, so what do is they breed two varieties of cows. So first, one cow is exotic variety, that means foreign variety. One is our indigenous variety. Indigenous means our native, native or local Indian cows are selected. So the word exotic means it is foreign, indigenous means it belongs to our place, native. So the names are like it is Jersey and Brown Swiss are the names of the cows which are of foreign breed. Then our local indigenous variety means it is Sindhi and the Sahiwal. So all these belongs to India. So these two varieties are chosen. This exotic breed of cows, they will have a very long period of lactation. Then our Indian variety will be having, our Indian cows will be having the high disease resistant varieties. That means they will not get disease easily. So these two varieties are selected and they are crossbred. So what happens? The new babies will be having these two good qualities in them. So they will have high lactation period, plus they will have the high disease resistant also. They are resistant to diseases also. So this is how milk production is increased. So by crossing or crossbreeding two varieties of cows. Now the cows should be taken care of well. That is, we have to keep them in a proper place. The shed which we are keeping them should have a roof to protect them from the rain, sun and everything. The shed should have a good ventilator, that is, air should pass through it. Then the floor of the cattle shed should be sloping, so that their dung, their urine should can be easily washed off, and water will not stay on the floor, and it will be dry always. So we should take care of them very carefully. Not only these animals have to be kept clean, they should be given good food also. So the food should be healthy, plus they should be given good food for the milk production, good milk production also. So the animal feed or the cattle feed are of two types. One is roughage and other one is concentrates. Roughage means they are having high fiber containing foods. Then concentrates means they are less in fiber, but they are very high in protein and other minerals, other nutrients are there. So when this roughage and concentrates, they are mixed in proper proportion and given to the cow, they will be healthy, plus they will be giving good milk also. We have to give them good food. Not only that, they have to be given vaccination at proper times. That is, there are bacteria, fungi, parasites, they will be infecting the animals, the cows. There are internal parasites as well as the external parasites. Internal means they are living inside the stomach of the animal, and they will cause the stomach problems. And some are found outside the animal, causing some skin infections. There is a parasite called liver fluke. They will damage the liver of the animal. So to protect from all these diseases, the animal has to be vaccinated in proper time intervals. So this is how the cattle farm or the cattle has to be taken care of. Next one is poultry farming. So what is this poultry? It is nothing but growing animals for their meat and eggs. So what are the two animals that gives us meat and eggs? It is the hen and ducks. They will be giving us meat as well as eggs. So how can we get good quality of meat and eggs? Here also we can cross two different varieties of hens. exotic and indigenous variety. So for example, exotic, the foreign variety, that is the Leghorn. These are varieties of foreign breed are chosen, and our native one, Asil, it is a native hen. So when these two are crossed, you will get new varieties of chickens which are good for which are giving you good quality meat as well as good quality eggs. Now what are the different triads? Triads means characters, so which should have for the newly for the new varieties, what all characters it should have. So this should be giving good quality chicks, so their babies or the chickens should be good. Then dwarf broilers are parents are got, that is dwarf means short varieties of chicken are got. So what do? These hens will give lot of good quality chicks. Then the newly formed variety should be able to live in any type of weather, any climatic condition, whether it is hot or cold, the new variety should be able to survive. Then cost of their food, that is they should have any type of food. Now this is how the new varieties should be. Now this poultry farming, the hens and the ducks, here also they should be taken care of well. That is, their sheds should be cleaned, and they should be given good food. That is this poultry food, they should be given vitamin rich food supplements. So that is why broiler chickens, these are usually for the meat. These chickens are usually the farmers grow for their meat. So they are given with vitamin rich food supplement. Next is they should be given vaccination at proper times also, because there are certain insects, pests and some diseases will cause for them also. So they should be given vaccination properly. So I told you, good food, the poultry feed is always rich in vitamin K and vitamin A. So these should be given in properly to them, and also they should be taken care of by giving vaccination at proper times. So this is how you can get a good production in the eggs and meat. The next one is fish production. Here the fish are of two types. One is the true fin fish. The next one is the shellfishes like mollusks and prawns. Now there are two ways of obtaining fish or getting fish. One is capture fishing and other one is the culture fishery. Now capture fishing means it is getting fish from the natural resources like seas, lakes, rivers and ponds. Then culture fishing means we are growing fish in the artificial tanks and reservoirs which we create. Then the fishes are of from two waters, that is sea water, that is marine water, and also from the fresh water, that is the rivers, lakes and ponds, we get fish. Marine fisheries, that means now in India the fishing is the main occupation for the people living in the coastal areas. Nowadays satellites and echo sounders are there to easily locate the school of fishes. So what do you mean by school of fishes? That is the group of fishes. So by using all these technology, we can be easily locate where there is group of fishes found. Now most of the fishes in the sea water are most of economic value. That means they are taken for the sale in the market is prawnfit, mackerel, tuna, sardines, Bombay duck, These are some common fishes in the marine habitat. Now some marine fishes are of high economic value, so they are grown in the sea water itself. They are farmed and kept in the sea water itself. So such fishes are mullets, bedkey, then pearl spots, then prawns, mussels, then oysters. These oysters are shellfishes which they give us pearl. So they are also cultivated for their pearls. So all these are the fishes which are farmed in seawater itself. So we can call them mariculture. Inland fisheries, that is the freshwater fishes or cultivation of freshwater fishes. So here rivers, lakes, ponds, dams, here all there are fishes present, and brackish water, that is the place where mixing of seawater and fresh water. These are estuaries and lagoons. Here also fishes are present. So here you can capture fishing is practiced. That is, so here the yield is very less. So the main we have to cultivate the fishes here. So those are called the aquaculture. So we are culturing fish in the fresh water. So that is called the aquaculture. The next one is the composite fish culturing. That means the combinations of fish and the plant, they are grown together. That is, in the rice fields, fishes are grown. So this type of combination is called the composite fish culture. Now here combination of 5 to 6 fishes are grown in one single pond. So the varieties or the species are chosen in such a way that these varieties will not compete for food, because they are having different food habits, so that they are chosen in such a way and they are put in one single pond. So these fishes, 5 to 6 varieties of fishes are grown in the same pond. That is, they are selected in such a way that they don't compete for food. So all these are having different food habits. So for example, I will tell you, Katla is a fish. It will feed on the food which is present on the surface of the pond. Now Rohu is another type of fish that will feed on the food which is present in the middle zone of the pond. And bringals and common carp, these are fishes which will be feeding on the food present on the bottom of the pond. So these are different fishes. These are composite fish farming, that is, different fish are put in one single tank. All these are having different feeding habits and depend on different type of foods. So what they do is they use up the food present in the entire pond. Now grass carp, these are the name of other type of fish which will be feeding on the weeds present in that pond. Weeds means the unwanted plants. Now to get the good quality fishes, what we have to do is we should get good fish seeds. That is, these good fish seeds can be collected by giving by using hormones in the pond. So when we provide the pond with the hormones, we can get good seeds of fish. So by this you can increase the production of fish. Good quality fish can be got. So the rearing of fishes or the fish farming, you can the name is pisciculture, given name given to fish farming. So this is about the fish cultivation or fish farming. The last one is beekeeping. So beekeeping is otherwise called as apiculture, or taking care of bees for honey and wax. It is called the apiculture. The farmers, they grow honey bees in the farms or the in between the crops they cultivate. So this rearing of honey bees in such a crop is like, it is not, the farmers need to spend only very less for such cultivation. So these farmers are cultivating this honey bees for high yield of honey and also wax. So the wax is also, the bee wax is also of very, they are used in so many important medicines, and they are used in many things they are used. Now these farmers, when they keep the honey bee inside the farm, when they are growing honey bees, that is called the apiary. That means growing the honey bees, the bee hive and everything is set up over there. So the farmer, this bees, while visiting flowers, they are able to pollinating also. They will be, the pollen grains are transferred to them, so that his crops will be improved. The pollination is easy for the crops for a very big lands. Then we get good quality honey and also the wax. So the common Indian bee variety is Apis cerana indica. That is the scientific name given to the Indian bees. So these are also mainly used for the production of honey. Now another name is the Apis mellifera. These are the Italian variety of bees. So these are having very high honey yielding capacity. So these are also grown in the fields. Now the good quality of honey will depend on the good pasturage. Pasturage means it is the good quality of flowers that are grown in that field. So the bees will, if the quality of flower is good, then the honey which we get is also will be good. So that is the pasturage. So in this part of the lesson, we saw about the animal husbandry, how cattle are reared for good milk production, how eggs, poultry are taken care of for giving good quality eggs and meat, then how fishes are produced, high yield of fishes which are of economic value, plus fishes are good in proteins, so this also can be easily got. Now next about the bee culture also. So they give us honey, good quality honey, as well as the bee wax also we get from these bees. So that's all about this lesson. So hope you all understood this. Please read the text. I will be sending you the question and answers. Hope you all will do this, children. Thank you.